An everyday moment for a child whose life is far from commonplace. Josh Wills suffers from autism. His arms need restraining to prevent him from self-harming. After his condition worsened, he was sent to an inpatient unit in Birmingham, 260 miles from his home in Cornwall. The 13-year-old was meant to stay for 6 months. So far, he's been there a year and a half, as there's no suitable support for him closer to home. His father can only visit him once a fortnight.
Sometimes I think, am I going to see Josh again? But he keeps soldiering on. He keeps fighting on. He's fighting the demons that are making him do whatever he's doing.
What happened at Winterbourne View prompted much change in the care system, but a key deadline will be missed. A commitment by ministers, NHS England and councils to move residents from these far-off units closer to their homes by this Sunday. A census carried out last September revealed that 3,250 people with learning disabilities were living in inpatient units across England. Rather than fall, over the past 6 months, the figures have increased. 90% of all inpatients have not been given a date when they'll be discharged. Ministers are appalled.
There's very little change, and for me it's been business as usual. And what I find deeply distressing is that a significant number of national organisations came together to commit to change, a change that I think there is a moral imperative to deliver, and yet it hasn't happened.
This clinic in Ealing in West London is unique. Services here are specifically focused on keeping young people with disabilities out of inpatient units. Charities say the reason such good care isn't more widely available to children and adults is simply due to a lack of will to change the system.
It is an absolute lack of leadership by the government. It is not about money. We know that these services could be provided much more economically in the community. So for us, the Royal Mencap Society, it is lack of leadership.
It's a story about your brother.
For the families struggling to cope, the broken promise just adds to their woes. And with no new deadline being announced, many fear their loved ones will simply be forgotten. Michael Buchanan, BBC News.